Good afternoon. Today is the 18th of May and this is part 4 of the slightly Shambolic shuffle around the Chiltern Hills Rally 2025. I do apologise in advance if I fall over, if I get things wrong, if there's wind noise. I'm afraid just the way that it goes on this channel. And also, we don't talk about diesel's views because the Mayor of London, all his friends around the country, with their ultra low emission and clean air zones say that we cannot. We'll start off with this TR7 V8 1980 to 81 registration. I thought it would just be a TR8, but it's badged as a TR7 V8. Solihull built car. You can tell by the boot lock. And there we go, Edelbrock carburettor and things in there. A lot faster, I think, than the 2-litre one would be. But we've got a couple of Renault Trafics. These are actually both petrol ones, I have checked. This one here, 86, 87 on a D. Actually, 87, I did have a look. 399, call, sorry, 3999. Call 07859 925 461. As Mr. Bill from the Fuel Power channel says, this could be yours. I wonder if that's the old Renault F-Type engine or it's something else in there. So a camper van, both of these are. Look at that, we've got all sorts of things in here. Is that a Renault 21 steering wheel views? I don't know. This shape of Trafic actually remained in production until the year 2000. And this particular one here, which is an 88-89 van, this one's got the final facelift rear lamps. Maybe they couldn't find, I don't know, original ones for the time. That's got a much fancier steering wheel. It's got a later gear knob for like a Clio or something. That one. Yeah. Cam belt's just there, so maybe not the most difficult one to do. Bit different going on to this MG Midget 1976-77 an R. A rubber bumper one, of course, with the Triumph Dolomite 1500 gearbox in it, I think. See Triumph engine too. About 71 horsepower, I think there were. Beetle with sticker from the Neon Seabrooks channel. White wall tyres. 71-72. Next to a very, very nice R107 Mercedes SL. On a B plate, so 84-85. One of these days I will get to drive one of these. I've been offered one. We haven't got round to it yet. 280 SL, that's very nice actually. It's very lovely condition. 1985-86 Ford Capri 2.8 injection with interesting colour injection stripes on it. I don't think I've seen one with the injection stripe in green before. I wonder what that means. Maybe it means nothing. Fishmouth grille on this 70 to 71 MGB GT. Also Anthem plate on that OT. 172 Mercedes 280 SE manual. I bet that's probably quite nippy actually if it's a manual. Then we've got this lovely Alfa Romeo 105 Series Coupe. Again, same age as VMGB. 70 to 70, which is the 1250 model. I actually drove one of these years ago. It was a 1971 and it was a GT Junior that had a 2-litre engine in it. We've got this Series 3 Land Rover V8. That's better, viewers. I think this is actually an automatic one as well, which makes it even rarer than that. Fabulous sale, Portsmouth plate, 1988-81. Jaguar Sovereign 4.2, Series 3, 1984-85, complete with a beige leather interior with wood. This is the sort of thing we like very much, viewers. We'd like something like this, wouldn't we? Of course we would. Then another one of these midgets, this time Pro Bumper. Yeah, 1275cc model, this one. 72-73 on an L. Next to it we've got this 911T 2.4 left-hand drive. Oh my gosh, it's the same age actually. Again, an L plate. Even the left-hand drive ones now are worth serious money. Looks very, very original with the Fuchs alloy wheels and everything like that. So 79 to 80 mini. Now, I wonder if this is just an older plate on a newer car, because everything else looks correct from a Cooper from the early 1990s. So I don't quite know what's going on there. Maybe it's just a plate that someone's retained from an old car, who knows. Another Cadillac DeVille, we saw one of these earlier on, didn't we? In the American car section. That one is 77. Then another Beetle with, I don't know what these wheels are actually, so maybe someone in the comment section below can tell me. 72, 73. I think they're Dunlop De Novo wheels, but I could be wrong. Look at that Wolfsburg steering wheel there. Though most Volkswagens carry that till the sort of mid-80s, I think. I'd say 1303. I'm not a number. Yes, we like Prisoner too, don't we? This has got a Y plate on it, but I don't think the cabrios were available that early. I think maybe this car's in the late 80s, although that's sort of 82, 83 plate. Lovely Cortina Mark III here. 1600 GT, 72, 73. Looks great. It's just Daytona yellow. I think that's probably what it is. Modified by Harris Performance. More Fords here. Mark I Escort. 1700, so it's been modified. I bet that's quick then. Also quick would be this Mark II RS 2000. Full professional spec. 1977-78 on an S. Post facelift though, so we're going to call it a 78 because they changed the badge in 78 for the facelift. Then we've got 1980 Triumph Spitfire 1500. The last year they made them actually, because the factory actually closed in 1980. And another Mark II Escort gear. As you can see, the front end of the gear and the RS 2000 are completely different. Totally different front end. This again is a facelifted one. Someone's put a rear spoiler on this as well. Bournemouth plate 70, I'm going to put 78 again because we've got the face of the front end. Now Land Rover Series 2A, I think, because the Series 3s have a higher dash in them, particularly as this one actually has the headlamps in the grille. Now this will be a later registration because the headlamps moved to the wing for all markets about 1968, so there we go. 1986 Mini Piccadilly limited edition. Oh, cool, 07825771859, excellent. So it's a bit like the Mayfair, but even posher than one of those. Only 4,214 miles view, wow, amazing. And then another one of these Beetles. This one has been sort of modified a bit. Luton plate on that actually, XD. It was an old plate you see on Vauxhall press cars. This is also an automatic one. Rare, an automatic transmission in there that's been modified. Rover 2000 TC, so like a series 1.5 they call these. On an else, I think maybe 1972. Because the 2200s came out, I think, about the same time. The 2000 SC retained the lower spec dash actually, because there's a high spec dash in it. Very, very nice late Mark I Fiesta. Let's have a look at the front end and see if this is one of the last ones with the number plate slightly higher up. Yes, it is. So it would be about 82 or 83 only then. Then we've got this Golf Mark I Cabrio. That looks like it's had a new engine fitted into it. Yes, it definitely has. Ooh, we've got electric windows. Fancy. On an X, so 1980. 1 to 82 GLI, probably quite fast then. Zircon Blue 1970 to 71 Rover 3.5 litre coupe P5B. complete with a beige leather interior and wood. Very nice views. I drove a 73 one of these a few years ago, and it was that's pretty good. Lotus Elan +2 convertible, I think. I didn't realize they made a +2 convertible. I'm prepared to be corrected on that though. There we go, sort of 72, 73. Series 3 Land Rover, 79 to 80. Unless it's a V8 viewers, we're going to be skipping over it. No, it's definitely not a V8, so we'll be skipping over it onto some more minis. There's lots of minis here today, that's not a surprise really. That one is from about 1974, 75. This one, I think it's a Mayfair. I thought it was going to be a Mayfair, but maybe it's been painted, the graphics been taken off. It looks like a Mayfair very much to me. Sort of 85, 86. That one's been modified for some racing. Triumph TR6. What's that mimosa yellow, viewers? I'm not sure. Quite a late one actually, 1975, 76. Oh, a Renault 16. Fantastic. Yes, please. 77, 78 registration on an S. Oh, here we go. That's scan code. Unfortunately, we haven't got time to do that. What specifications? This is a TL. Can't remember exactly what legend's in there, but it's quite a late one actually. They finished in 79. 1973, 74 Triumph TR6 again. Probably with the famous Lucas mechanical fuel injection. Another Mini, 85, 86. Now that one next to it is actually a Mayfair. It's about the same era as the other blue ones. They should be identical really, but this one has got the Mayfair stickers on it, that one hasn't. There we go, that's what they look like, sort of side stripes and things. This has got later Mini ones with Mark 7 on it. Then 87, 88 Mini. Not sure originally what it would have been, something. Interesting black and orange colour scheme. Ooh, another Capri Laser. I like the Capri Lasers, viewers. There's one I've been offered but like 6 years ago. I still haven't driven it. I need to actually remedy that at some point. Very late one, 86 that one will be. Another one of these really late E30 cabriolets. You can't put a newer plate on an older car, so this will be 92, 93 only. I think they finished in 1993. It's a 325i, so it's absolutely top of the range, and it's got the later M Sport steering wheel in it, so it would be a quick one this. 1978-79 MGB GT with the rubber bumpers, which I think looks fine on them. So, my preference. Then Mini Clubman Estate 1977-78. I'm surprised this is the first Morris Minor I've actually come across. This is a Trafalgar Blue 2-door 68-69, just like the one I drove in 2022. Almost identical to it actually, this one, although that is a different car. This one actually looks in slightly better condition than the one I drove. That was a bit rusty. This one looks good. 1970 Ford Cortina 1600E. Yes. Now we're getting somewhere, viewers. That's absolutely beautiful. I wonder if this will be at the Bromley pageant later on in July, which I can't attend unfortunately because I'm going to Festival Exceptional. Ooh, a Chrysler Avenger. I drove one of these in 2023. I really enjoyed it. This is a 1.6 GL. This is a 1978. These are actually some of the most underrated cars of the time. They're actually much better than an Escort. Personally, that's what I feel anyway. Your opinion might differ about that, but I do prefer them to be Escorts.
I think they kicked him out of the house and he's moved to
lovely mid-70s BMW here. It's just a 2002, or is it a little bit lower specification than that? Let's have a look. For sale, excellent. Oh, it's a 2002 TII. Wow, this would be worth a lot of money then, like a lot of money. This is a TII. There we go, 130 horsepower. I would say this could be yours, but there's no phone number, so we can't do that. 1977-78 Mini with interesting interior. I've not seen one with that interior before. No airbags, we die like men. Of course we do.
100%.
What a lovely Mark II Cavalier Cabriolet. They only made these about 1986-87 was about the only time they made these. Obviously on D plate. Only in the first facelift. When the facelift came in 1987, the second one, they were discontinued. So very narrow window, and you never got electric windows in these. They're actually relatively affordable cars. I have seen quite a few before, only on an auction, and they're not necessarily that valuable, but they are fantastic. I really want a Mark II Cavalier, probably a CDI. Porsche 924, 1981-82 registration. It's not the only 924 we're going to see today. There are quite a few others here actually. Then a Stag with emphasis on VA. This one's an automatic. I think we've still got the old Triumph V8 in there. A lot of them have been changed. Oh, viewers, oh my gosh, another one of these. Yes please. 83-84 Jaguar XJ Series 3, complete with a beige leather interior and wood. Probably a 4.2, most of them were. Very nice. And another Mark I Escort, rare these days being a 4-door. Most of them you see it shows are 2 doors. This is a 4-door. It's a facelift 1100L, and it hasn't been modified. Brilliant. Look at the condition of that. We've got this MG BGT. This is in blaze red. Fish mouth grille on this. 1970-172 registration. Still just as practical as ever doing picnics in, as you can see from the hatchback. Same era as this Triumph Spitfire Mark IV, 71-72 on a K. It's very good. And then another Mark II Escort. This is 79-80 plate. The grille's actually slightly earlier than the car because it should have a round oval Ford badge on it at this time. This is the 1600 Sport. Lots of room for working on the engine in there. This is 1.6 Pinto. In Daytona yellow, it's something else. And it's going up in value as I'm walking around it. Ford Sierra RS Cosworth hatch in Moonstone Blue. What's that, £100,000 or something like that? Personally, I prefer this Toyota to sell. It's about the same era as the Cosworth, 86-87, and we've got actually 6-speed. You've got a sort of crawler gear on there as well. It's got proper 4-wheel drive. This very, very rare cars. I know Ian Seabrook from the Hub Nut Channel had one of these a long time ago. I think in 2019 he had it. It didn't have an MOT, but here we are. Here's a roadworthy one, and the rust has been kept at bay. Amazing. Another Mark II Escort of the same sort of era as the last one, the yellow one, 79-80 on a V. That's been modified, hasn't it, quite considerably. Lots and lots of power. And then we've got a Triumph Vitesse convertible. This one, pretty relatively late one. It's probably a 2-litre, I think. Just look round the back to see the actual year of the car. Yeah, 1970-71 on a J, so quite a late one. Then we have got this Polski Fiat, this little Marluk. I wonder if that's a personal plate or it's just the one that it was put on when it came into the country, I'm not sure. But it'd be about 1977-78, obviously modified extensively with our Abarth bits. Sorry, Abarth. 79-80 MGB. Oh, I forget the name of this colour now. It's very similar to the one I drove in 2022, was it? 2022, I think I drove. Or is it 2023? I can't remember now. Quite enjoyed it actually when I drove. Land Rover Series 3. My gosh, this has had a lot of work done to it. It's a 1972. Ooh, very rare thing here. 1980-1981 Alpina C1. This was based on the BMW 323, but we've got loads of Alpina bits. These cars, I think, were allocated Alpina chassis number. They were almost entirely rebuilt. A shell would be sent over to Alpina and they would make everything, well, to their standard. So very rare, very expensive. Any Alpina worth a lot of money. I wonder if it's actually more expensive than this Ferrari 308. I mean, it might be, I don't know. This is a 76. Is it fiberglass? Wow, okay. It's probably not the best thing for a show like this. Look at that. Another Mark II Escort. In fact, 3 more Mark II Escorts. This one again should have the Ford badge on the front, the oval one, but it doesn't. 1300 Sport. I've never heard of the 1300 Sport. 1300 question mark. Interesting. Let's go this way actually. There's quite a cramped area here. So 2 RS 2000s. One of them's a later one, one of them's an early one. What we'll do is we'll go just this way. I'm trying to fall over anything. So this is actually the same era as the one from the Professionals. And again, it's got a sunroof like the one the Professionals eventually got. Very early episodes when we filmed the RS 2000, episode called Rogue, it doesn't have one. But by the later episodes of the second series, the RS 2000 does have a sunroof, like this one. And this one, yeah, about 76, 77, same as the car Professionals, which carried a T plate for filming, but actually was a 77 car. This one is later. It's got the oval Ford badge, 79 to 80, just like the red car. Then a Capri. This looks like a Mark III with a Mark II grille. I'm pretty sure that it is. Some of the interior has been removed. I bet that's a bit sort of boomy when you're going on the motorway like that. Actually, very late 1986 that one is, one of the last ones. Then a MGB in this, oh gosh, russet brown I think is the name of this colour. 7879 on a T. Minivan. Now it looks like a Mark 1, but of course it's not, because this design of minivan went right through to the end in 1982. It actually was registered in 1972, although it's still got the pressed steel grille, house style door handles, sliding windows and the external hinges of the Mark 1 minis. They've been at production since Mark 2's also had the external hinges, but they went out in 69. Very, very nice Mark III Capri. The vinyl roof is an S. Is this a 2 litre S or a 3 litre S? It's a 3 litre S. You can also get 1.6 S, I think, but they're quite rare. So 78, 79 on a T with colour check interior. Not BMW 2002. This one's been modified a bit. 5-speed gearbox and other things in there. Another rubber bumper MGB GT. Luton plate VS. 75, 76 on a P. I forget the name of that colour. It's very nice. I forget the name of it now. And then an XJS. V12 XJS as well. With a Leaper. Be from mid-80s, I imagine this. Yes, 1986. There we go. 73, 74 MG midget with round arch, being Mark III. And then a very, very late Mini Clubman, 1981 to 82 plate. Production of these finished in 1980, so that'll be definitely a late registration. I don't know if it's original colour or not, actually, I'm not sure. Then we move on, 69 70 Mini Mark III, an early Mark III Mini. And we've got Bagpuss in there. Hello, Bagpuss. Mini Clubman Estate. Yeah, it's still got the windows in it, so Clubman Estate. Another one. I don't leave your keys in there. I'll be off with that myself. 78, 79 on the T. And then a very interesting, this is a 1982-83 Ford Sierra 2-litre gear. The wheels are off a later car. The gears originally just had hubcaps on them, or wheel trims. I always find these really early shows interesting because they're so different in the gear trim from the base model. The rear lights are different. The side models are different. The interior is different. The dashboard is different. The headlamps are different. The door mirrors are different. The bumper's different. They have a grille on the front, whereas this one doesn't have one. Such different. The base ones look really strange in comparison with this. It'd be almost a completely different car. TR6 here, 1971-72 on a K with a hard top. Probably useful today. Weather's all over the place, isn't it? Then another BMW 2002 TII, sort of 75, 76. These are rare cars, these. And it's had a restoration, excellent. It's had a different engine put in from BMW Z3. A bit more reliable than the mechanical Kugel-Fischer injection. Porsche 944. Same engine as the later 924s. So 85, 86. Same era as this 911 Carrera. Although the design is so many years apart, but the 911 just kept on selling. They kept trying to replace it. Things like the 928, and people didn't buy them. So they kept making them. Another mini, sorry, this is a 1275 GT, not a Clubman. Must get it right. This is one of the later ones, judging by the wheels. 77, 78 on an S and immaculate as well. Very nice. Another BMW 2002. I've never seen so many BMW 2002s together as at this show. There's so many of them here. Classic and Modern Automotive Engineering Limited. And then an Allegro. This is an early one. I think it's a Series 1, this Allegro here. And yes, it is. It's got a Quartic steering wheel, viewers. They were only on the cars for about the first 18 months. They weren't on any of the later ones. You can put a Quartic steering wheel on a later one if you want, but it is not correct to do so. The one I drove, which belongs to Alex's Classics or Alex's Assets, depending on view referring to the Bristol channel, that is a 74 in Blaze Red, 1300 Super Deluxe, and that has a Quartic steering wheel. Another Clubman Estate. This time it's an early one with the wood trim on the sides, or fake wood trim. 1970-71 on the J.
All they've done is basically increase the car size.
Wow. Then we've got this beautiful Series 1 Jaguar XJ. Oh, that's a very attractive car. I wonder what engine's in this. They had a 2.8, I think also a 3.4? I've forgotten now. 3.9 litre V8. Oh, that has been modified. A very late Mark II Mexico 600 GT here. This one, yeah, 74, 75, so right at the end of Mark I Escort production. Similarly with this Mark V Cortina, this would be 82 only. But some production actually finished for all Cortinas in 82. Although some were registered into sort of 1984, I think they were, some of these. I'm not sure what specification that is. I drove one of these in 2023, it was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Another Mark II Escort here with a Type 9 5-speed gearbox and an engine in there, probably a Zeta car engine, so it'll be from something like a Mark I Focus, something like that. Then a beautiful Rover 2000, sort of Series 1.5 you'd call this, 71, 72 on a K. Still got the strip speedo in it from the very first cars. And they had those, I think, right till the end of the 2200s, I think. And then we're getting into some Granadas. We're going to see a lot of Granadas at this show, viewers. There's a lot more than just this one. There's loads. So 1983-84 on an A. From Don's Classic Car Society, we saw their stand over there in part 1. Probably a gear, maybe, probably a 2.8. Then a Spitfire 1500, 1975-76 on AP. In colour, and then with pièce de resistance. So we've had the privilege of speaking to the chap who owns this car, van before. This is a 1984 Bedford Astra 1.6L. It's not an Astra Max. They were the high roof version of the Mark IIs, and it is beautiful. When was the last time we saw a Mark I Astra van? One of the last of them, actually, 1984, and it is immaculate. It is beautiful. The original owner actually ordered it like this with the 1.6 engine and the very, very basic interior that you'll see in here. The incredibly basic vinyl interior, only a 4-speed gearbox. So very fast actually with 1.6 Family 2 engine. And we've got the poverty spec front end as well. You can see they couldn't even be bothered to do a different grille. They just shoved the Bedford name on top of the Vauxhall Griffin. That is absolutely brilliant. Oh, we've got a rosette as well. A deserved win. Anyway, I think that's quite enough for now. Thank you ever so much once again for watching. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, like this video, leave a comment below. We shall see you again in the next part for some more incorrect information.